Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Intuitive Energy Forecast for March 25th, 2022. I'm Arlene Grace, an intuitive energy coach, master numerologist, and channel. So today's energy feels really, really interesting. I just went in the meditation, and the vision that I got is very creative. And so I get into meditation, and I'm just tuning in, and there's this this blank screen. But there's this one jack in the box, and the jack in the box is on this table. And so of course the jack in the box is in the box, and the lever starts to go, right? There's a hand, and the hand is turning the lever, and it's dun 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 dun, and the jack in the box comes out, and he's like, surprise, surprise. And he's looking around, and it's just blank. There's nothing there. And so he's like, oh, okay. And so he gets back into the box, and he's just in the box, just waiting. And the lever, a hand starts turning the lever again. So the song starts to play, and he comes out, and he's like, surprise. Because he's used to scaring, he's used to surprising, he's used to having something there, and there's nothing. There's just blank screen. And so he's getting a little frustrated now, and he gets back in the box, and he's just in the box in the dark. And a hand turns the lever again. And so again, the song starts to play. He waits till the very end, and he's like, pop. And he comes out, and he's like, what gives? What's going on? There's no one here. And so above him, the clouds start to part, and there's this ray that starts to shine on him like the sun. And he hears a voice, and it can be the voice of God, the voice of reason, his higher self, whatever. There's this voice, and this voice says, get out of the box. He's like, what? And he says, get out of the box. He goes, I don't want to get out of the box. I like the box. And so the voice says, get out of the box. And he goes, no, I'm scared. What? There's nothing here. I don't want to get out of the box. And so God, his guide, his higher self says, fine, get in the box. And so the jack in the box, Jack, gets back into the box and closes up, and he still can hear the voice. And the voice says, all right, well, open your eyes. And so Jack has never done that. And Jack opens his eyes, and he sees all of the people in his life, his mom, his dad, partner, all of the limitations, all of his beliefs, all of these limitations that had put him in the box. And he's starting to see, and it's really crowded, and it's really tight, and he's like really uncomfortable as he's looking around in this little tiny box. And he's just observing what he's seeing, and he's seeing lack, he's seeing separation, he's seeing division, he's seeing polarity, he's seeing hunger, he's seeing sadness, he's seeing not enough, he's seeing, all of these limitations and all of these beliefs. He's feeling fear, he's feeling anxious, he's all of these things. And so his mind is just going, and he's just telling all of these stories, and he's like, what is happening? Like, no wonder I'm in this box, and I'm stuck with all of this stuff. And do I like this? And so the voice from the outside of the box says, these are the lies that you've been telling yourself. These are the mistruths that you've been rambling on about forever. But when you look outside of the box, when you look outside of the confines of your own prison, you'll see that it's blank. You are the writer of your own story. You are the communicator of your will. You are the creator of your life experience. Everything else can be left behind. All you have to do is leave. And so today's energy is that of the 7. And the 7 is all about taking the leap, but the 7 is all about indecision as well. So they don't want to be stuck in a hard place. They don't want to rock the boat. They want to be in this place where they can make a decision, but they know that it's sound, and they don't want others to like be shaken up. And he, Jack, is feeling, well, if I leave them behind, then what happens to them? And God responds and says, well, what does that matter? And he says, well, I love them. That's my wife, and that's my mom, and that's my dad, and that's my job over there, and that's my dog, and there's this and this and this and this. And God responds, well, what makes you think they wouldn't come with you? What makes you think that you would be alone? The confines, this box is just the confines of your own mind. Imagine it to be a prison with your own limitations, a prison that keeps you stuck in only what you see. But beyond that, there is limitlessness. Beyond that, there is this blank landscape where all you have to do is play with the possibilities. The possibility that your wife will come along with you, that your wife will decide to create a life experience with you, the possibility that your parents will just be so inspired to get out of the box that they would too. The possibility that you could create your own, I don't know, business here, that you could do whatever it is based on what you want. Everything in that box is not what you want. It is what everyone else wants and what they think they want. And so then I start to see this box after box after box after box after box, right? All of these conditions that have been passed down generation after generation after generation after generation, realizing that everyone is doing the best that they can, including you. And there's more. The Jack of Clubs is all about taking an initiation. It's being initiated into a new way of thinking, initiated into perhaps a spiritual awakening, initiation into a new way of communicating, in a new way of perceiving, in a new way of expressing one's self. And that's today's energy. So your invitation today is to ask yourself, well, am I willing to leap? Am I willing to leap into possibility if my life was actually a prison of my own, based on my own thinking, based on the lies that I might have told myself, based on the creativity of my mind, because sometimes my mind can go rampant with thoughts and it can just tell the same story over and over and over and over again. Would I be willing to let that go? Would I be willing to leave that behind? Would I be willing to let that rest? And so today, play with that invitation. If there was more, what would I want? If there was more than what I am experiencing now, would I allow myself to journey into an awareness of more? That there's more possibility that is out there that is beyond what I can see. And am I willing to allow myself to be initiated into something more today? Beautiful. Questions, comments, please feel free to share and I'll be happy to respond. Wishing you all the most amazing weekend. I'll send you, I'll talk to you on Monday. So much love. I'll talk to you Monday. Bye for now.